Parenting is mainly associated with control and sometimes the use of physical force. When Muslims migrate to such countries, to Western countries, where there's a lot of freedom given to kids, and a lot of these principles like respect for parents and priority for the parents and the power of parents is actually challenged. And the kids are taught this in school. Sometimes the teachers speak directly to the kids and they tell them, do your parents beat you? Do they smack you? Do they force you? And so on and so forth. When the kid is usually taught Islam by means of control, you have to pray, you have to pray, you have to fast, you have to dress up like that, you have to talk like this, and so on and so forth. In the early years, the kids still submit to that power, I would say power imbalance, where the parents have control. But when the kid becomes a teenager, and they are taught in school otherwise, and they see other kids show a lot of disrespect to the elderly and they get away with it, and sometimes they are rewarded for that, they start questioning this. Just the other day, I was speaking with one parent and he was complaining. And he said, you know, my kids have been raised in the masajid. He said, when my kids were born in the hospital, before taking them home, each one of my kid was taken to the masjid. I would bring them to the masjid first. And he said, I raised my kids in the masjid. And now, his kids are teenagers. And he says, if I don't tell them to pray, they don't pray. I have to wake them up for Fajr. And when they go into the washroom to get ready for Salah, they take sometimes half an hour. They don't want to pray. So he says, unless I'm on top of them, unless their mother is chasing them, they don't pray. So what happened? Why is this the case? Why aren't the kids, motivated from inside to pray themselves? Why? So they grew up in a Muslim environment, the house, mainly the parents are practicing. They spend a lot of time in the masjid. The other time they spend it in the school. It's an Islamic school. A lot of what it teaches them is about Allah, about Islam, is about the prayer. So what's happening and this is, I'm not talking just about this brother. How many parents need to push their kids to pray? Sometimes they're teenagers and sometimes even they're kids who have reached their 20s. They still have to remind them of each prayer. Have you prayed? They need to check on them all the time. This kind of control doesn't seem to be working as it used to be. And there's something I need to draw your attention to. It's not about black and white. You might pick some mistakes where some parents, the kids were born in this country and they were raised in this country and based on this model of control, complete control. And the kids turned out to be perfect. It happens. You're going to find these examples. But on the other side, you will find probably more numbers of such example actually failing. So we need to understand that this is not a black and white approach. It's a very dynamic approach. There are individual differences. We need to find out a balance of how much control we exert and how much space and freedom we give.